Good morning again. Oh, let me click this. Good morning again to our family and friends and fellow interns. You're welcome to the 2021-2022 Eretmis Internship course graduation today. We are celebrating the achievement of our interns for their dedication, hard work, and commitment during the internship period. We will begin the program in the next 5 minutes as we wait for more people to join. So just give us a few minutes. So congratulations, Eretmis interns. You have done a good job. We want to thank our sponsors. So next. These are our sponsors. We're going to thank Eretmis Academy, Social Africa, Eretmis Inc., Diaspora Care, ADBI. CompTIA is also one of our sponsors. And so we want to thank all of them. But mainly we want to thank Eretmis Academy, Eretmis Cybersecurity Academy. They are our main sponsors. So we are grateful. So give me a few minutes to talk about the man of the hour, the internships instructor and our coordinator, Dr. Emmanuel Edu. This is a great man. He is a former United States Army captain. I'm not sure if all of you know that, but he's also a cybersecurity expert and a consultant. He's a former professor at University of Maryland, Global Campus, and Central Texas College. He's the founder of Eretmis Inc. and Eretmis Academy. And he has over 21 years in cybersecurity IT industry. So you won't go bad learning from this man. So we will take we'll take some time to talk about the internship program. The internship program, we would like to go through this program with our families and friends. The program was launched in October 2021. That is when the program was launched. In November 2021 is when the program itself started, when the internship started itself. In February 2022, just last month is when we ended the program. Some of the access. Next. All right. So going through the program, this is the overview. First, we use a cybersecurity framework like the CIS control, version 2. We use the NIST 800-53 to build the cybersecurity program for Diaspora Care. We use it for Social Africa and then African Diaspora Development Institute, which is the ADBI. We did conduct a risk assessment also for these organizations. We conducted third-party risk assessment, and then we also set up an incident response program for these organizations. So this is the program that we built for them. Next. So going into a little detail of what we did weekly. Our first week was to understand the fundamental security concepts. And let me minimize this. So we went through with the CIS, the risk, vulnerability threats, and, which is a lot of the threats that we face as the people, technology, and the process. So we met with the client's IT personnel. And then in week 2, we understand, you're trying to understand your client's security situation. We have to also understand the legal and regulatory requirements. So that is what we did for week 2. In week 3, we also learned to understand the governance in every organization, the security, IT, corporate, NIST. We also use the NIST 800-53, the standards, policies. We selected policies and did SOPs and then guidelines. So next. In week 4, we learned to understand the management plan, the framework selection. So that is what we did in week 4. So understanding it, we went through to select the frameworks. In week 5, we identify and clarify organizations' IT assets. So to build a concrete or a good cybersecurity program for an organization, you need to do a baseline to understand what they have or what they are doing already, and then to strengthen it or to build from the ground. And in this case, we built from the ground. On week 6, we did risk management to design and implement a risk management strategies. Week 7, we did an incident response, business continuity. We didn't do it exactly, but we did touch base on it, talked about it. And a lot of them also was included in the policies that we did, disaster recovery plan, and then the incident response and the business continuity team selections. So, and then in week 8, automated security management and reporting tools. That's what we did. Next, please. So week 9, we did security awareness training for the employees. I always said that the security awareness training, all of us did knew that security awareness training, of course, is a very essential aspect, building a cybersecurity program. So it was part of the policies that we selected. So definitely it's one of the recommendations that we did for the companies. We did a cybersecurity audit. So we talked about it. And so that is what we're going to be doing on week 11. After this internship, we're going to be auditing what the team's the programs that the team did for both organizations. So we are going to turn around and audit ourselves also to make sure that these companies did get a good program that they need. And then week 12 is completion of the outstanding tax, certification of completion, feedbacks, pictures, and then outboarding. So we'll take some time to get some messages from our sponsors, our main sponsors. Let's listen to this video.
Do you want to work with the latest technology? Do you like solving problems with creative solutions? Would you like to turn those interests into a lucrative career with opportunities for growth? Almost everything we do connects to the internet in some way, but our line of defense against possible cyber threats is limited due to a lack of cybersecurity professionals. Cybersecurity is one of the top 20 fastest growing fields in the country. Cybersecurity professionals earn a median salary of $95,510. Currently, there are over 500,000 open cybersecurity positions in the U.S. Cybersecurity is the practice of protecting networks, systems, programs, and data from criminal or unauthorized use. Do you have what it takes to combat cybercrime? Dr. Adu, a cybersecurity expert and a former United States Army captain, together with his team of cybersecurity experts, are ready to train you to begin a lucrative career in the cybersecurity industry. The training courses at Eretmis Academy are designed not only to give students the knowledge, skills, and abilities that employers are looking for, but students also have the opportunity to learn how to use cybersecurity tools in real-world scenarios. At Eretmis Academy, we offer a variety of cybersecurity training and certification courses at an affordable price. Our training courses include Cybersecurity for Beginners, a free course for anyone interested in learning more about the cybersecurity industry before deciding to go into the field. Cybersecurity Entry-Level course. This course is for absolute beginners who want to start working in the cybersecurity industry as soon as possible. Cybersecurity Hands-On Training. This course is for anyone looking to acquire the knowledge, skills, and abilities to use cybersecurity tools such as Splunk, Nessus, Wireshark, etc. in real-world scenarios. Our certification courses include CISSP, CISA, Security Plus, CSA Plus, CISM, and many more. We also offer a job placement assistance program to help our students find their dream cybersecurity jobs. All of our courses are designed to fit your schedule, so you have no excuse. Begin your journey to become a cybersecurity professional today. Visit us at www.eretmisacademy.com to sign up. Call us at 347-861-6754 or on WhatsApp 347-861-6754.
Sorry, I was talking in vain. I was muted. Fun part. Help us to congratulate our cybersecurity heroes, the interns that were able to withstand the time and go through the whole program to completion. So this is Team ADDI. Next, please. This is me, Sheila. I was the group leader. Ernest was the team lead. Wayne, Ato, Samson Ato, Tosca, Albert, Frank, Demelash. Okay. Team Diaspora Care. We have Eric, who is the group leader. Paul. We have Noah. We have Kwame. We have Janine. We have Frank. We have Cynthia. Emmanuel. We have Kinsley. We have Geneva. We have Misty. For Team Social Africa, here are the team members. Janice. We have Allison. We have Frank. We have Richmond. We have Adoma. We have Isaac. We have Sherida. We have Komi. We have Arabia. We have Eric. We have Charles. We have Marina. We have Raul. Manuela. And this is going to be the awards and recognition of interns who were extraordinary. Everybody was, of course, extraordinary. This was a very great, tough time for all of us. But of course, there's always a few that needs to be recognized. So we will recognize these for Team ADDI Awards. Most active group members. We have Ernest. We have Ato, Samson. We have Tosca. We have Albert. For most valuable team member, MVP, we have Sheila. For most helpful team member, we have Frank. We have Wayne. For most technical knowledge team member, we have Demelash. For Team Diaspora Care Awards, for most active group members, we have Noah. We have Jania. We have Frank. We have Cynthia. And then we have Geneva. For most valuable team member, MVP, Cynthia. For most helpful team member, Noah, Janine, Frank, Cynthia, Geneva. For most technical knowledge team member, we have Noah, Frank, Cynthia. Team Social Africa Awards, we recognize the following. For most active group members, Richmond, Isaac. For most valuable team member, we have Allison. Most helpful team member, we have Denise. For most technical knowledge, we have Frank, Raul. Overall best performance, we have Allison. Allow me to congratulate her. We heard great stuff about you. So we are very proud of you, Allison, for your hard work and dedication to this program. Great job.
Thank you.
You're welcome. So we are going to invite our speakers. Allow me to welcome Mr. Jyoti. He is the CEO of Diaspora Care. He's the IT director for ADDI too. So we will like to invite him to give us a few comments. Mr. Jyoti, the floor is yours, please.
Good morning, good afternoon, depending on where you were at. Allison, thank you so much for this invitation. First and most, I'd like to congratulate the graduates. You've done a fantastic job of really sitting through a very rigorous program. Because I know Dr. Adu, he is somebody who brings and doesn't compromise with when it comes to quality. And I'm just so proud of everyone for going through this program. This is the beginning of building the future cybersecurity workforce for our continent. And congratulations for being the pioneers, for paving the way, charting the path. And those who come after you, you will be the mentors and the coaches, and you will share your experiences so that they don't have to repeat the same kind of struggles or mistakes that you've done going through this program. Once again, my name is Jyoti Tadessa. I'm a co-founder with Diaspora Care, but also I'm the current director for Global IT ADDI and chairman for global sectors as well. And I've been hearing so many wonderful things about each groups as you are going through this. And Dr. Adu and I talk almost on a weekly basis. And I've been hearing some great stuff. And I know that cybersecurity as a profession is a profession that will expand enormously over the coming years. Anybody who does anything with digital ecosystems, if you cannot protect your environment adequately, then you are just as vulnerable as anybody that is not having any IT infrastructure. So it has become the economic backbone for any nation. And when it comes to our continent, the gap is big. And you are here to fill that gap, and you are pioneering that path. So I just want to say congratulations. Please stay connected with one another, because your group is really the pioneers for this movement. We're going to be very vocal, very visible about the Eretmis Academy cybersecurity training program that is being conducted in partnership with ADDI. ADDI takes this very seriously. Our youth are our hope. and we have to invest on them, and we have to train them, we have to coach them, so that they will be the coaches and mentors and trainers of tomorrow's generation. Once again, congratulations and best of luck to every one of you. If you ever have any questions, please reach out. Anytime, reach out. Even if we don't have the answers for you, we'll make sure that we point you in the right direction. Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir. We're very grateful. And we are also proud of the work that you guys are doing. So please welcome me, please help me to welcome this great person. I admire him so much. I hope he understands that. The man of the hour, Dr. Emmanuel Edu. He's the CEO of Eretmis Inc., Eretmis Academy. Sir, the floor is yours, please.
Thank you, Sheila. Thank you, everybody, family and friends, for showing up today to help us celebrate our interns. I'll first like to thank God for making today possible, and even for making this whole program possible. You know, I have a book that I keep putting off. I'm going to write one day, maybe. But the point of that book is ideas. Ideas rule the world, right? Everything that we are seeing today was a thought in somebody's head. What you are wearing was a thought in somebody's head. What you are driving was a thought in somebody's head. What you are living in was a thought in somebody's head. The iPad you are holding was a thought in somebody's head. So ideas are very powerful. You know, everything that we do in this world is based on ideas. Somebody will think about it, do it. You know, this problem we're having in Russia and Ukraine, it was an idea in somebody's head. It can be a good idea or a bad idea if they pursue it, you know. I had this idea of what I realized was a problem and a gap in the cybersecurity industry. Most people will go through training, you know, here and there. They will learn theory, or you know, you get like 1 or 2 certifications. And if they are lucky and they get a job, on the job, it becomes a problem actually doing your job, right? And whom are you going to ask? Your boss? That, hey, how do you do this? And they didn't employ you to, you know, school you. They employed you to deliver. So I thought of coming up with a program like this that is really going to help people to learn what they are really going to do on the job, right? And at the same time, this is not only to teach you cybersecurity, but is for economic empowerment and also to give our people a better life, right? Because at the end of the day, there are most people on here who can attest that this has really changed their lives, not just because they are cybersecurity professionals, but you know, economically, now they're able to have more time with their family because they don't have to, you know, struggle and go up and down and do like 4 or 5 jobs, you know. And also in doing so, you are doing something good for the society. You are helping to protect the society, you know, from all kinds of theft, you know. So first, when we thought about theft, when we heard about bank robbery, it is the old-fashioned somebody going to the bank with a gun, you know, asking for money and then running with it in like a stolen van or something. But now people can sit in their comfort of their home and rob banks of millions of dollars, you know, without even leaving their home. And, you know, our interns are the people who are going to help prevent that. Okay, so now the typical bank robber is no more there. It can be your next door neighbor, you know, who is just an ordinary person like you, but when they go into their closet, you don't know what they're doing. So now, like, security has really changed a lot, even for individuals, people who are targeting you to steal from you or to get your card details to use it for malicious events. They do it through social media, through text message, through all that. And that goes to show that the need for cybersecurity professionals is not going to go down anytime soon. And even the pandemic, if it didn't show us anything, it showed us that now, you know, all criminals are also moving online. Whilst everybody else is moving online, they are not going to be left out. And they are being very crafty, you know, when it comes to ways that they are using to steal and to cause havoc and, you know, bring more problems to people. So during the pandemic, cybercrime, you know, went all-time high, almost up to 300%. And that is not from me, that is from the FBI. So that shows that the need for cybersecurity professionals is always going to go up, and cybersecurity is still at the infancy. In the United States, I'll say if cybersecurity is a kid, it's not even 5 years old, right? Although we started a while ago, but we're still kind of trying to figure it out. Colleges are now trying to catch up with cybersecurity because they really missed the opportunity to train cybersecurity professionals to fill the gap when we needed it. They were just focusing on other areas of IT, and then cybersecurity just took us by storm. But then on the continent of Africa, cybersecurity's mom has not even met his dad for it to even be given birth. Okay, so there is a huge gap, and people don't even take it seriously. So we are going to be the frontiers. Is my idea to build an army of cybersecurity professionals, right? Like a group that we can always tap in when like this group can also go back to the continent and help, because if we have to employ other people to protect us, how well do you think they are going to protect us as to our own protecting our own? Okay, so that was the idea, and I'm grateful to God this has been able to materialize. And also I want to thank all family and friends who came to support, all family and friends of interns, all the late night meetings that were supposed to take 30 minutes and took 6 hours. You got, all family members were able to bear with them, and then they'll come back, to bed, or like they'll finish these meetings and still arguing with themselves. No, this should have been this, the incident response, and then, you, the partner who has no idea what they are doing, you have to be at the other end of it, trying to make sense of it and discuss whatever problem that they were discussing in their group. So we thank you very much. Special thanks goes to all our partners who have helped us, Brother Joti, ADDI, Social Africa, Dr. Otis. I've seen Dr. Otis has just joined us. I'll give him the floor to also, say a word or two. My idea was also that, our own companies or our sisters and like brother companies that need cybersecurity, but that doesn't necessarily have the financial capabilities of building a cybersecurity program from scratch. We were going to bridge the gap between, them needing cybersecurity and then our students or interns, needing training, and then, bridge that gap. So now they are going to work for free for these companies to help set their cybersecurity programs up with, our help and guidance. And then, so these companies are going to get something out of it. Our students are also going to get something out of it. So that was the idea behind it, and I'm very grateful to God, all that was able to, come to pass. And I also want to thank the group leaders and team leaders for the internship. So the internship, we started with 65 people. Some of them had no clue what cybersecurity was. Like about 12 or 15 of them were our students that we've trained, but almost like 40 something, some didn't really have any idea. Some had some idea, they had little training here and there, but we brought everybody together, and our goal was to help teach everybody. And so look at a group like this. If you're put in charge as a group leader or team leader, like that group is going to be like a big mess, because people don't really know what they're doing. In meetings, people are asking, questions all over the place. When, like I remember one example when the teams were supposed to interview the IT personnel for these companies they were working for, to be able to get an idea of what kind of assets, and in cybersecurity, when we talk about assets, like what kind of systems they use, computers, and to really have an idea of what they have, that way we'll be able to put in measures to protect them. I sat in some of the meetings, some questions people were asking were like way out of, but that was because they didn't have any idea from their own understanding. What they thought was supposed to be, asked was what they were asking. But I think later on, as they were going through the course, they all started, getting it. So for the leaders who had to go through this, and also being a leader for a virtual group is almost impossible, right? You send emails, people pretend they didn't see it. You send text messages, they just ignore it. They show up to meetings every now and then, so getting something done is very hard, and everybody in this group is also working full-time. So big thumbs up to all our leaders, team leaders and group leaders. I chose all of you for a reason, and you guys really lived above and beyond my expectations. So a big appreciation to all of you, and I have something in store for all the group leaders and team leaders moving forward. And now I want to also thank all our interns. You guys did marvelous. We started with 65. Some fell off the roadside as we were moving along. Majority of you stayed with it, and I know you guys learned a lot from this. And this, is really going to go a long way to help you in your cybersecurity career if you want to make it a career, or even if you just want to learn cybersecurity to protect yourself and your family. I know what you studied here is going to stay with you for the longest. And I also want to appreciate your hard work and dedication, all the late nights that you had to put in, going out of your way to make sure group assignments and everything the group was doing really was successful. And for anybody else here today who knows about the normal intern that companies offer, so normal interns, you're going to be an intern and all you're going to be doing is fetching coffee and, doing errands. That wasn't what we did here. What we did here was more of a mentorship and a coaching program. Okay, so we will teach you what you guys are going to do for the companies, and then you actually go and do it. You come back, we do an assessment, and we teach you what you're going to do the following week. So we're meeting every weekend, around this time, and then we'll do like a full class. So they were literally in school, and then, working on the job during the week. So working or with a different company. So they were working for ADDI, Social Africa, and Diaspora. So they were helping to build cybersecurity program for these companies, and they did marvelous. Now we can boldly say ADDI, Diaspora Care, and Social Africa has a cybersecurity program in place. And the next batch of interns are going to refine these programs and add to it and build it and even make it more better. Okay, so now I thank everybody else for showing up today. We are almost around like 93. Mostly for just our interns, we are around like 56, 40 something. So we thank you, family and friends, for showing up today, and I appreciate everybody. Moving forward, we are trying to come up with a new mentorship and coaching program. That way, we're still going to maintain the group moving forward and build you guys, and that way you become big assets, and you also be able to multiply yourselves, as you are moving forward. That is also one of my biggest pet peeves. If you're a leader, you should be able to develop others. That way, you are multiplying yourself. Okay. So if I know cybersecurity, I'm doing my consulting, minding my own business, I'm not really making any impact in the society. And also I wanted to change the narrative, right? Now, when we talk about Indians, oh, they are the IT people, right? We want to change that narrative. When we talk about cybersecurity, then we are thinking about, Africans and, Black people, they are also the cybersecurity people. Okay, we are smarter, we can do it, but we just need direction and guidance to be able to put our energy and our efforts there. So I appreciate everybody. I'm going to give the floor to Dr. Ortiz, if he's still on here, and Dr. Ortiz is going to also thank you for you guys helping to build Social Africa. So for everybody who doesn't know about Social Africa is a social media platform set up for Africans in the diaspora and also on the continent of Africa. If you've not created an account there, once we're done, just Google Social Africa. It's going to come up. Sign up. You see one of your own on there. You'll be able to communicate, and that should be our social media of choice for communication. So, Brother Ortiz, Dr. Ortiz, Dr. MD, if you're on here, please
thank you.
Unmute yourself.
Yeah. Thank you so much. I don't know can you guys hear me clearly?
Yes, we can hear you.
I have my AirPods in. Well, thank you everybody, and congratulations for this wonderful milestone. When I met with Dr. Adu and Jote almost a year ago, and he spoke about his cybersecurity course, I was extremely interested because, as he said, all the different people sort of kind of have areas that they are recognized for, right? When you think about stores and beauty stores, you think like Chinese or Asian people, right? When you think just computer programming, you think Indians, right? So cybersecurity is just one of those things that nobody has really conquered yet. And the thing is, most of the most brilliant hackers and cybersecurity experts around the world are actually from Africa. Most are Nigerians, most are from South Africa, most are from East Africa. So I think this is just the early beginning. The future of the world is going to sit around your protection of your data and your protection of your systems. Right now, the war is going on in Ukraine. Russia is launching a full-blown cybersecurity attack on major infrastructure around the world. Right now, SpaceX and NASA, they're fighting. So everything is centered around cybersecurity. So I cannot underestimate how important it is that you guys are taking this milestone to join Dr. Adu through this course. And I'm hoping that maybe in the future, he's going to have even more senior advanced level for people who are willing to go from just from being mid-level to actually expert in the field. As far as Social Africa is concerned, Jeannie is on the line here. Jeannie will say a few words. We've had a lot of challenges in the past. One of the first challenges that we had from the beginning was a lot of spam and bots were jumping into our site and soliciting people with cryptocurrency issues, and so this is the reason why Jote was able to connect with Dr. Adu, and that Dr. Adu told me that he has a course. So we are not where we need to be. Absolutely, we still have a lot more work to do. I've probably only had a couple of meetings with the interns. I've yet to have a detailed conversation as to how we can really protect the entire infrastructure for millions and millions and millions of people. Social Africa is still a small app, 10,000+ people on it. So having a cybersecurity course for a cybersecurity infrastructure for 10,000 people is completely different from having it for 100 million people. So I'm just looking forward towards the future as to how we can actually build this and in such a robust way that we can compete with the Twitter of the world. We can compete with the Facebook of the world. Interestingly, Jeannie and myself and a few other developers over the past 7 months have been building the new version of Social Africa. I just got done doing some coding, and it's phenomenal. And so I look forward to meeting with the interns and the graduates to really sit down over the next 3 to 6 months to build an entire cybersecurity profile for this. The goal is to really build this to make it solid and to make it scalable. So I'm honored that you guys were able to volunteer your time, because I know how expensive it could be. One of the challenges that we faced was raising money, was trying to get funding necessary to pay for all the infrastructure as a services out there. Like, for example, Google has a platform, AWS has a platform, and they have all these experts that are charging like $200, $300, $400 an hour to provide you audits for your software. So I'm extremely excited to know that the group, the graduates from Eretmis, is going to be able to work with us to really build an entire profile for the current Social Africa code base, and the brand new Social Africa code base we've been working on for the past 7 months. I can't wait to demonstrate this code base to you guys, for you guys to see it. It really focuses on real-time communication. So, the whole concept of posting something and then waiting for somebody to come and like your post and follow up, that's a Facebook idea. That's an idea that's taken place over the past 15 years, and it's gonna die in a way. The future of content online, the future of interaction online is real time. Like right now, this is why Zoom is doing so well, right? So Zoom, you can't just post something on Zoom and somebody come and like it later. People join real time interactions, real time conversation. So that's kind of the center of where we're going. So I look forward to. I see Janice on here. Janice, I know it's so hard for you to get a hold of me. I know, I'm sorry. when you get so busy, sometimes, your schedule gets so busy, you barely sleep. But I look forward to the future of us working together now that you guys have graduated and are pretty much, you are at a higher level than most of those people that I've hired in the past. You guys can help us really build a solid platform, a solid cybersecurity infrastructure that can hold millions and millions of people. And I can't wait to demonstrate the app to you. So right now in the app, in the Zoom conference, I have Ginny. Ginny, I've been stuck with Social Africa when people came in and people left and people were interested and people, fade out. We stuck with it and we have been basically the two who are really pushing it forward. So I like her to jump in to give a few words. And, obviously I'm here to answer any questions anybody have, any suggestions, any ideas, any inputs that you would like to have for the Social Africa ecosystem. Ginny, do you want to jump on?
Good evening. Thank you, Otis. I wasn't actually planning on saying anything. Yesterday when Eric asked if, or it was Paul, I think, who asked if I would want to say something, I said that I would not want to say something, but you're putting me on the spot a little bit. But yeah, I would like to thank everybody. I had a great time doing this internship. I had a great group, and I was in the group with Eric, and I know, Otis, you know Eric. So Eric was a great leader for the group. Many of the people may not know, but we already knew Eric. We already knew Dr. Adu as well. So yeah, I had a great time. I learned a lot. I have been in IT for over 15 years. And even though cybersecurity was a brand new field, actually, I touched on in several assignments that I did, I still learned so much. I am currently doing, and I was a little bit surprised and thrilled at the same time. I'm currently on a blockchain project with a Belgian bank. And I was very pleased to see that a lot of things that they are discussing now in terms of security, I got all these things during our program. So last week, they suddenly started to talk about the NIST, and I was like, I know that. So thank you, Dr. Adu. It was really great. In terms of Social Africa, I had a couple of, I think 3 times I messaged back and forth with Janice to give information. So yeah, we are going, we'll keep going strong, Social Africa 4.0 actually. And I'm looking forward to work together with everyone on the team. And thank you, Eric, for your great leadership. Thank you, everyone on the team, Geneva, Cynthia, Paul, Frank, you all did great. And I really enjoyed even though they were 6 hours, but I really enjoyed our long hours of work. Thank you very much.
All right, thank you, Ginny. Just a couple more words and then I will turn it over to you guys. So one thing I will say is that the partnership with Eretmis Academy at Social Africa has been our most successful partnership. Well, of course, in addition to ADDI. And one of the regrets that I have is that I got so busy with so many things that I didn't do so much more to provide information to people who are inquiring about joining this program. If you look on Social Africa ads and those things that we promoted, Eretmis Academy has the most interaction of any ads that we have on there because people really wanted to get more information. They really wanted to jump in. And I would say to you, Dr. Adu, I would say probably easily you can say maybe close to 100 people who decided not to jump in because they were being a little bit cautious with their finances with the pandemic. But had it not been the pandemic and people were going to regular work and earning their regular income, you would have probably had double or triple the enrollment into your course. So moving forward with the Social Africa 4.0, really focusing on real-time content, one thing that we have discussed and we want to do is we want to be more vocal and more open about our partnership with Eric, for example. Eric have this phenomenal African attire organization with these beautiful, tailor clothing, right, for women. So far, I've only seen the ones for women. That needs to be highlighted. That needs to be showcased. Same thing, Dr. I do have this incredible program that's going to bring cybersecurity to the forefront for our young and old people who really wants to jump into this field. No longer can we say cybersecurity belongs to the Russian or the Chinese. I mean, we're people of 1.7, 1.5 billion people. In this world, in this Internet of Things, we have to corner some part of the ecosystem and make it ours. So with leadership with Dr. Adu and hopefully with a broader exposure through ADDI and Social Africa 4.0, we can actually strengthen the partnership and really try to get, thousands of people to actually join the course. Because now in the course, if it gets redone over and over, it's put onto a platform that allows you to be able to jump in and interact with groups of people anywhere you are in the world, and you can still have your full-time job. What that means is that it's scalable, right? It's scalable. Maybe you may not have, if we have 1,000 people in the class, maybe you may not have a lot of one-on-one time with Dr. Adu, but the content is there, right? The infrastructure is there. So I'm hoping that in the future, we can all be a little bit more forceful with it, right? Expose it more, because that's what everybody else does. They grab the best things that work in their community and they put all their might behind it, and it goes viral and they exposes it. So I'm hoping that ADDI, since Jyoti is here, ADDI, Eric's is here, and I'm sure a few other entrepreneurs are here as well, that the unity that we have to have is group economics. We have to find a way to really put all of our might behind the things that work for us. Cornering the cybersecurity market and saying, hey, listen, if you want a cybersecurity expert, go to Eretmis Academy. You want to get 2 or 3 people from there. They're going to fix up your entire infrastructure and you'll be solid, right? If you want to enjoy a social media platform where you experience, rich content from the diaspora and from the continent, go to Social Africa. Or if you want a tailor African attire, go to Eric's shop. So that's basically all I want to say. The past year has been really difficult. Social Africa is currently in a battle with the U.S. Patent Office for the trademark of Social Africa. They're pushing back because we can't trademark the name Africa. We can't have the African map in our logo. And so that's been going on for about 6 months. So all of that to say, we're doing our best. We're going to be more open to let you guys know what's going on with the application. Should you have any questions, you guys have my number, you have my contact. Please reach out to me, ask me any questions, give me any suggestions, any feedback. Okay. Thank you so much for having me, guys.
Thank you, Dr. Otis. So for everybody, once we're done, if you are not already on Social Africa, just go ahead and sign up for Social Africa. Now I'm going to turn it over to Sheila. Sheila is going to speak. She was a group lead, and then the other group leaders are going to speak, and then we open the floor for our awardees to speak first, and then everybody else who was part of the internship will have the floor to say something. Okay? And I have some people that I'm going to point out to also, say a thing or two because they have something to say that is very interesting. All right, so I'll turn it over to Sheila.
Thank you. Thank you, Dr. Adu. I didn't think I was going to be the first to talk, but okay. It gives me goosebumps to realize that in my lifetime this is happening. Seeing Africa, I was telling Dr. Adu recently that I was doing a research. I took like about 2-3 years back, researching Africa, our color, our religion, the continent itself, and then going back to like slavery and everything anyway. And then I got to a point where I just stopped because I kind of gave up. I gave up because I realized that a lot of our problems is us. this is just my personal, so I'm not attacking anybody, please. But I realize that is us because we don't stick together. So I'm very happy to hear when Dr. Ortiz was saying that we need to stick together. That makes me very happy. I'm also very happy that I was part of this program. I didn't just hear about it. I am so proud of Dr. Edu. I'm so proud of Dr. Ortiz, and I'm so proud of Joti. Diaspora Care, I heard about it from the beginning when Wakanda and then Dr. Can't remember her name. She used to be the I used to listen to her right from when she left the EU, I believe EU or something like that. And then when she started being very vocal about the exploitation of Africa and all that. So I've been following it. So realizing that, wow, I was going to work directly with Diaspora Care, building a cybersecurity program. It was just interesting. But anyway, in all, I'm very grateful. I have learned so much aside from just building cybersecurity program from the ground. You get the chance to read about it, learning about it, and then internship, you will pick just one part of it, say maybe policy, or say just doing SOP, or just doing like risk management. But to get the chance to do all of it, it's like so on a silver platter. He handed to us on a silver platter. So I am very grateful for what I have learned. I also got a chance to learn leadership when I had to step in and spoke with Dr. Edu, and he was like, yep, you're stuck with it. You have to pick it up and run. I'm like, okay. And I had just started my new job. So it was like, oh my goodness, it's interesting. And then when he said that, becoming a cybersecurity, having that as a career, it's not just getting in and protecting yourself, but also the leverage that you get spending time. I am a big testimony of that. A few of you that have heard, you can hear it from and then advertisement and all that, but I am a testimony for what he said. Now I make my own hours. I take my kids, I make my meetings in such a way that I'm dropping my kids off at school at 8. So when they are getting off at 2, I know that at 2, that is my cutoff. So I'm coming back. I make my own hours. I work from home most of the time. So, and then the money is, oh my goodness, incredible. Anyway, so in all, I'm grateful. That's all that I can say. I'm grateful, and I thank you, Dr. Edu and everybody.
All right, so Sheila, maybe probably people that didn't get what you're saying. What were you doing before? And you said you started a new job. I mean, tell us about that.
Yes, I said Dr. Edu is my cybersecurity god. I used to, when I came to the United States, I came with math. I like math, accounting, and all that. So I thought I was going to do that. And then family was like, nope, you have to be a nurse. That is what minority, you will get a job. So everybody, I'm like, I hate science. So I still started a nursing program. And so working into the nursing program, you have to become a CNA, nursing assistant. I did that for several years. And then close to graduating to become a nurse, I realized this is not me. So I quit and then transferred my credit to go and do my bachelor's in health administration. Parents were like, you are done. You can't do this. You're not getting to get a job. I was lucky. I found a job with a health insurance company as a case management navigator. So that is what I did for 7 years. And then in between that, we stepped into somebody, we found out somebody was teaching RMF. He called it the cybersecurity program. Now I realize that RMF is like just a tiny part of cybersecurity. So we learned that, which is like about 3-4 years, tried to find a job, never found a job, then gave up. And then luckily my husband found Dr. Edu. And then he was so patient. I interviewed him and actually kind of like investigated him. And he was so patient, all these silly questions I would ask. And then we registered my husband to start a class, and then I sat on the side to learn also. And then I was like, I need a job. I'm done. I'm tired of my job. I want. Then he's like, I'll help you find a job. And then I paid, I think it was something. And then he started helping me build my resume. That was from the scratch. And then we started with the interviews. And then he's like, oh, you're going to be going to a few interviews. And then I'm like, Dr. Edu, I don't have time to go to 5, 6 interviews. I'm going to 2 of them and I'm done. I need to get a job now. And luckily, thank God, my first interview, he sat with me, went through step by step. This is what you're going to do. Guys, a lot of you don't know that the CIS control presentation that we did our first week, that was my interview. Dr. Edu made me spend all night. I drank coffee. She's like, if you want to make good money, you have to go and get your coffee and spend all night, or you can be working, watching Netflix. This is what he told me. I spent all night to create the presentation. I did a presentation on all the 18 critical controls. He said, if you're lucky, they will let you do maybe a few of them. When I went to the interview, they would let me present the whole critical controls, all 18 of them. And then when I got home within like 2 hours, they called me and got me the job. My previous job, I was making about 46, that is 7 years. So when I started, I was making like 41. Every year they would add like $1,000. So 7 years, I was making $46,000 a year. Now, Dr. Edu probably doesn't know that I have bargained and now I'm making more. I am making over $100,000. I'm making $107 a year. That is more than twice I used to make. So if you take it serious and you work with him, he is our resource. He is our gold mine. This is what I personally see it. That's the reason why I call him the God of cybersecurity for Africa, because Indians got this. They utilized him, their resource, and they got to where they are. We have gotten it. All that we need to do is take him serious, utilize him. The man is good. He's willing to work with everybody. So please, I am a testimony. And I'm telling you to give it a try, and I'm sure you will not regret it. If you invest even $1,000 in him with his program, you will not regret it. And you have to work hard too. You have to want it. He said, do you want this? You have to want this to get it. That's what he asked me. And I'm like, Doctor, you have no idea. I want this because I was going to be a supervisor for my job. They didn't give me the position. The person I trained is the one they gave. And they told me, even though I have the experience, that's what hurt me most. They told me that even though the girl doesn't have experience, they will give her the job, but they will train her. That's like a slap in the face. We can do this. We can do this. This, our color, we can do this. I know we can do this. You just have to believe and utilize the man. It has been handed to us on a silver platter. So please, utilize him and you will not regret. Thank you.
All right, Sheila, we'll go to Janice. Janice was the group leader for Social Africa. So Janice will give us a few words and then we go to Eric.
Sheila, thank you so much for that testimony. I for one appreciate it, since I might be, well, at 51, just say that I've been focused for the last few years, taking care of my children. I have 2 of them in college, 1 getting ready to go to college. I stumbled on ADDI at our 400 conference back in 2019 when we were planning to make a trip to Africa, my husband and I. And since the program started, he passed. So I've been trying to figure out what to do with myself, but at the same time trying to get my daughter here ready, since this is her senior year in school. So really and truthfully, when she said she wanted to go and study computer science, I came across cybersecurity, and I heard about the Eretmis Academy in ADDI, one of their meetings. So I wasn't really looking for myself, couldn't stay in my job still. So as I'm learning with her, I'm like, that might be something I could do for myself. But really and truthfully, all I thought about in regards to cybersecurity was hacking. It was beyond my imagination that it was such a broad field and industry. And I just want to thank Dr. Edu in regards to that. I'm really seriously thinking about leaving my job so I could just focus on finishing up the course and taking my exam, because it's not, I find myself complaining every day. But in any case, to move forward to where we are now, I'm glad that I took the leap. I'm glad that I hung in there despite the schedule. I'm happy that I had a team of people who are committed to working through the program. Although we started with 20, we ended up with a little over 10, but that's not to say that the others weren't ready, but life starts to happen. So sometimes it gets a little bit difficult to push forward. So when everyone talked about their problems, I know because I'm juggling 4 children. And again, I said I had to deal with the passing of my husband and going through those things. But my team that was left, we hung in there, we stuck with it. I can't thank Allison enough because Allison is not 4, but 8 hours ahead of us. And yet she still got on to meetings with us. And despite it being 4, 3 o'clock her time, we be on the call at 8 o'clock, 7 o'clock, and she's always there. Richie for his expertise. We were all new in our group, didn't know what we were doing. I'm not going to lie to that, but I appreciate Dr. Adu. Thank you to Dr. Otis for coming on board and working with us and allowing us to learn. This was a safe environment to learn. And yes, we made some mistakes, but we learned so much, even in myself. I never thought myself as a group leader per se, but the guys, the team, ladies and gentlemen, we did this. And I'm just so happy that we were here. And now that we have the knowledge, they always say knowledge is power, but really and truthfully, it's the application of knowledge also that's powerful. So I'm looking forward to taking what I've learned. And I'm looking forward to the team members that are still here. Thank you for working with me and allowing me to be a leader in this space. And I just appreciate every moment of this. And Dr. Adu, it's right, it came right on time, and I'm ready to move forward and looking forward to see what's next. Appreciate you guys. Thank you so much. And if I forgot anybody, excuse my head, just you know how I get. I'm still a little bit nervous, but I'm still happy here. Thank you.
All right, Janice, thank you. And Janice, you also did great. You know, I picked Janice to be the group lead after talking to him for almost like 5 minutes. And I'm like, okay, when it was time for us to assign leaders, I'm like, okay, I'm gonna put Janice in there. And she did marvelous. Okay. And Eric will take the floor, and then we'll move into, I'll call people by name, and then like they can talk. All right, go ahead, Eric.
Yeah, thank you, Dr. Du. Hi, everybody. So on behalf of the Diaspora team, I wanted to say thank you to you, Dr. Du, for everything you are doing for our community. So we need the more people like you to keep going forward. At the same time, I want to acknowledge what Dr. Otis and also Jote. I know them before joining Eretmis. For Dr. Otis, what he's doing is phenomenal, is great. It's a platform which will give us an opportunity to express ourselves amongst us and also to promote ourselves. And Jote also, for you guys, if you don't know, Diaspora is a good app. It's an application. Right now in Africa, is in Kenya, Ghana, and Nigeria. It's an application to help our brothers and sisters who are in our motherland, especially for their healthcare. So you can go on Google and then search for that application as well, the same way you can do for Social Africa. So coming back to our Diaspora team. So I'm proud of being a leader of that group. Why? Because I have hardworking people and flexible as well. As Dr. Adu mentioned in the beginning, most of them they have any cybersecurity background or technical background, but we were doing our weekly meetings, and you have to know we have people from Europe and the people from North America with that kind of different time zones. Is not easy. So, but we were able to make it and then have our weekly meetings. So during our weekly meetings, so every single member of the group had the opportunity to express his or her idea, opinion, suggestion, even questions. Because if you come with your idea, you have to know that you have to defend and you have to explain why you are choosing that idea, not the other ones. So to summarize, we wanted to say thank you, and I was happy to work with my team. Also, as Janine mentioned, we knew each other before, and it was kind of it was easy to communicate. So to summarize, thank you guys, thank you, thank you.
All right, thank you, Eric. Now we'll move into lessons learned and future aspirations of our interns. But before then, Brother Jyoti has a word. So we will let Brother Jyoti say a word.
Absolutely. Dr. Adu, thank you so much for giving me the floor. As I was listening to the testimonials of the students, the graduates, and I must say I'm really inspired about what the team has learned, and most importantly, really understanding the bigger picture. What is it that we're trying to achieve? I wanted to also say one thing, which is it's one thing to have the technical know-how of how to perform certain functions. In this case, how to be a cybersecurity professional who can solve different kind of problems, who can set up programs and so forth. But I'd like for everyone to also remember that there are certain things that this training doesn't provide you. What I mean by that is there's also an element of having the character, the personality, having the social skills, the soft skills, the communication skills, your ability to communicate and convince somebody to invest in the program that you're proposing, right? Those kinds of skill sets need to be built as well, right? You are very well equipped with the mechanics of how to set up a cybersecurity program for an organization. Fantastic foundation, absolutely. But do not forget also that you really need to also couple it with the character, the leadership, the demeanor, to be able to connect with organizational leaders and work with them. Because cybersecurity, you're dealing with the livelihoods of people. You are dealing with the idea of protecting people's identities, people's private data, organizations' intellectual properties, intellectual assets, people's data, right? These are the things that people really, really care about, right? So that means organizations and individuals are going to leave their trust in your hands. And what are you doing to drive that trust and credibility amongst your customers and your clients and your partners, right? That's where it comes to be who you are as a person as well. No amount of technical know-how will override or will convince somebody to work with you if they don't trust you. You can be the most brilliant cybersecurity professional. But if you don't show the credibility and the trust amongst people, that just makes everything else irrelevant. So I want you to think about that as well. Who are you as a person? What are the personal moral characters that you show? How do you show up when you meet your customers? I really, really urge you to think about that as well, because there's already a perception about Africans and what to expect from Africans as professionals compared to the Indians and the Eastern Europeans and the Russians and whatsoever, right? There's that battle we have to, still fight. So that means it's upon each and every one of us to represent the collective us in how we show up. I just want to leave you with that comment. But once again, very inspiring stories, and congratulations to all of you.
Thank you, Brother Jyoti. And also to add to what Brother Jyoti just said, most of you who have interacted one-on-one with me, especially those who are still prepping for jobs, what I always will tell you is that in IT and in cybersecurity, we are looking for two main skills, two main set of skills. If you want to be successful in the industry, that is your soft skills and your hard skills, which most people will call technical knowledge or technical skills. Now, technical skills are easy to learn. That is what we teach. Soft skills, like Brother Jyoti was talking about, is really hard to teach, right? If you cannot show up to meetings to save your life, there is very little that I can do for you. You know, if you're always late, if you know you don't stick to your word, you don't meet deadlines, you know, all those are soft skills. So most people have the idea that, you know, in cybersecurity or in IT, it's all about, you know, the technical side of it. If you know that, I'll look at like some of your like the resumes before we do new ones for you, and all they have on there is technical skills, right? That is not what employers are looking for, because you know you are going to provide technical skills, like your technical skills is what they are looking for, but also be reminded that, you know, excuse my French, you're not going to work with trees. You'll be working with human beings, and you have to know some, you know, people skills, right? So how to interact with people, how to work in a team. That is what you guys were learning on this internship as well, not just the technical side. I left most of the group leaders with very little guidance on purpose, just to have you figure it out. And then if you really run into issues, then, you know, I'll come in and, you know, show you like few tricks here and there. And for everybody, like for most of you who have started working in the industry, you will know that, you know, presentation skills, communication skills, all those are very critical, you know, and in our training, we've incorporated that. That is why during this internship program, you guys were doing presentations. You guys were having group meetings. You were supposed to contact other people and set up. So, you know, just having that interpersonal skills, the presentation, just that people skills is what we call soft skills, right? And like Brother Jyoti said, that is very hard to teach. That is very hard to measure, to see, you know, if I taught you that, where are you at? Are you at 100% or? So let's be very mindful of that as well. In cybersecurity, that plays a very critical role. Don't take my word for it. Like I tell everybody, just go look, just Google cybersecurity jobs on Indeed or wherever. Just read the job description and the skills they are looking for. You see maybe 5 or 6 lines about the technical side of it. And then, you know, lo and behold, we want somebody with good communication skills, good interpersonal skills, good presentation skills. I mean, if all those were not important, I don't think they will list it in the skills that they are looking for in a cybersecurity professional. Okay, so that is also one aspect of it that, you know, Brother Jyoti just talked about it. And also to add to what Brother Jyoti said, you know, we are notoriously known for being on the other side of cybersecurity, right? Trying to attack people and make away with, you know, but we can change the narrative. We can change the narrative, right? We can flip that around and let people know, hey, we are the trustworthy ones, and we are the ones with the knowledge and the skill to be able to help, you know, secure your IT infrastructure. Okay, so now we are going to open the floor for lessons learned. We did a survey. Most of you, you know, put a lot into the survey. Almost everybody put excellent on there for the overall view on how the program went. But we will still do a review on that. And there were some programs that we're trying to push out, like PCI training and like 12 months mentorship and coaching program. We will do a review of that, and, you know, we will talk in-house about that for the interns. But now I would like to, I think Frank had something to say. I'll give the floor to Frank first, and then I'll call out some of the names, and then now we open the floor for everybody else to talk about. So Frank has a very interesting story to, you know, let everybody know what you guys were learning in this internship. So I'll leave it to Frank to talk about what he wanted to tell everybody. Go ahead, Frank. You can unmute yourself. And
okay. Hi, everyone. My name is Frank Osei, and most of you know me on here as Group A, Social Africa, Group A team lead. And I had an interesting encounter with someone over the weekend. I mean, last week, within the week. This person has been my friend for some time now, but then he's been he's been in the cybersecurity field for quite some time. I would say about 3 years. And he just got promoted to principal security engineer, I believe. So he knew that I was in this internship. You know, we used to talk here and there about it. And he reached out to me within the week that, hey, I need some help. So I was wondering what the help is. And I was like, okay, what is it? And he's like, I just got promoted and they gave me this project that I need to do. And I'm having some issues and I'm not really good with cybersecurity. I mean cybersecurity, all right, but I'm not good with the security side of it. So if since you are in the internship, you might have learned the thing or two to show me how to go about this. I'm like, okay, let's see what I can do. So he reached out and the project was about SOC report and audits and stuff like that. The things we learned during the internship. And this guy was asking me questions here and there about it. And I'm like, oh, okay. Actually, I wouldn't say I'm an expert, but that's what I've learned from the internship. So I can, show you a few things. So basically I was on the phone with him and he was on his, computer and asking me questions and he was just filling out the spreadsheet, the Excel spreadsheet that he got. And I was really impressed, like how, I was able to help him, I'm like, wow. That means what Dr. Edu was really teaching wasn't anything that, was, excuse me to say, BS. So that took me away. Like, this guy is getting paid like over 150,000 or so. And there's a project that he's reaching out to me to help him with. And he basically has no idea. So the next day, I thought I was done. He reached out to me again about something else. I'm like, dude, come on.
Right,
So I actually had a screenshot of a WhatsApp conversation, and I sent it to Dr. Edu. I'm like, Dr. Edu, look at this. Like, and I asked him, I asked Dr. Edu my response to the guy concerning the subsequent questions that he asked me, and Dr. Edu was like, yep, you hit the nail right on the head. Like, that was a perfect answer. I'm like, oh wow. So the guy asked me, how come I'm not in the field yet? What am I doing? I mean, I've got my security class already, and I'm like, dude, it's not me. Like, I'm having interviews here and there, but just that I haven't, secured a job yet, but I'm still in the field, looking and stuff like that. So this guy was really impressed to the point where he reached out to me to that was the next day again to connect him with Dr. Edu to for coaching and training and stuff like that. I'm like, wow, you're already in the field. You got promoted to like principal security engineer, and now you're coming back to square one. So that was like that took me away. So that was like, wow, I have to take this serious. I have to really take this cybersecurity course serious and get in on the field. So that was a little encouragement message right there to encourage each and every one of you that whatever you did or whatever you're going to continue to do, you're not going to do it in vain. And with time, you're going to reap the benefit of it. And there will be challenges here and there. I mean, for instance, last week I had a presentation. You guys saw me on there. I didn't really do well, I know, but I had my team members send me the document like last minute during the Zoom meeting. We started meeting around 9:30, like 9:37. That was when I was going through it. I'm like, damn, I have to. She reached out to me. Allison reached out to me, was like, Frank, you're gonna be the next person to present after me. I'm like, wow, and on such a short notice, but I man up. I'm like, I'll just take it and do it as So as she was going through the slide, I was actually reading through it and presenting at the same time, So there will be challenges here and there, but you just have to, face it and do your best. And thanks, Dr. Edu, for everything you've done. I've known you for a while now, and you actually encouraged me to get into cybersecurity, and it's been great since then. So thanks a lot, and God bless you. And
all right, Frank.
Thanks, everyone. All right.
Thank you, Frank. So now I think I had 2 or 3 more people, but I'm just going to open the floor. You can, if you raise your hand, I'm going to call you, and then if you have something to say.
Dr. Edu,
Yes.
I thought that we would give especially this person, the chance to speak Allison, if she wants to make a comment.
Yes. For Allison, I was gonna introduce Allison and let everybody know who Allison is and why she is the MVP, overall MVP for the program. So Eretmis Academy has partnered with ADDI to train African youth to become cybersecurity professionals. Currently, I think we have up to 12 to 15 students who were all sponsored by ADDI through people who are sponsoring them. And these are students from on the continent of Africa, right? So we have students from Malawi, Zimbabwe, Ghana, Nigeria, Uganda, Kenya. All these students are on the African continent, and Allison is one of those students, right? So, like Africa is 8 hours, 6 hours, like ahead of us. And during this whole program, Allison was the one setting up meetings for her group, and everybody in her group is stateside. So when they have meetings, it will be like 3 a.m. or 2 a.m. in, Allison's, and she'll wake up 3 a.m., 2 a.m. Every single time they had a meeting. She was there. She was the one who opened the meeting, and she was up at that time of the day. And not just that, how internet services in Africa. Allison didn't complain about her data. She didn't have bundle problem with her phone. None of that. She always went above and beyond, didn't complain, made sure meeting was done, made sure everybody who was supposed to be there was there. She really went above and beyond. So that is why we are recognizing her. And also just my personal interaction with her. She's, I think, one or two of the ADDI students who will call me or who will book an appointment to talk to me one-on-one on what she's doing and, what is going on. The rest of them, some of them just, there are people that I'll call, they have a bag of excuses, So there are people who are in this world going around with a bag of excuses. When you ask them why this wasn't done, they'll just dip their hands into it, try and get one excuse and bring it out. There you are. I've seen it all. There's like a bunch of them in the army. Okay, Sergeant, Snuffy is supposed to go do A, B, C, D. He'll come back to you. Was it done? And he'll just dip his hand in that invisible bag, just come up with one excuse. If that doesn't fly, dip again, come up with another one. That is how a lot of people are, and I'm somebody, I put my money where my mouth is. I'm a doer, not a talker. So, and Allison, she's gone above and beyond. Other students from ADDI, not that they are not doing well. Almost all of them have completed the course, but most of them will tell you about how their internet is having issues and issues like that. And Allison is in the same situation like them. Not a problem. You don't even know that she's not located in the same area with everybody else that she's organizing the meetings for. So Allison, we're going to give Allison the floor to say a word or two, and then we go to everybody else. Our appreciation to Allison. Go ahead, Allison.
All right. Hi, everyone. I hope, sorry about my light because it's dark this side. Thank you so much for the voting me as the MVP. I am shivering. I see Jenny's waving, but I couldn't have done it alone, definitely. I had a very great team, despite the fact that we were miles apart and stuff. But it was an honor seeing other ladies, Sheila, Janine. Those are the few people I think I would have interacted with once or twice, but it was really, really great. But most especially, I thank my team, Janice, my team lead and all. The challenge, I would say, experiences I learned out of this was managing the team remotely. The time Dr. Adu made me the assistant group lead, wow, I shivered, but I wasn't alone. I was with Janice because it was her first time, and I had her telling Dr. Adu, oh my God, I can't be, and I'm thinking she has no idea. It's the same here. But it was really, really amazing to get through it, to interact with everyone, no matter the circumstances that came through. Some people, yeah, but we pushed through. So I'm still honored and I'm very happy. And thank you, Dr. Adu, for the opportunity. Through it all, the internship, the scholarship, yeah, and we did it. Thank you.
You are welcome. And for Allison, we are going to sponsor her to take 2 CompTIA certifications, and then also sponsor her into our cybersecurity analyst program as well. Okay.
Awesome.
Yes.
Awesome.
All right. So,
Congratulations,
and
Alice.
anyone else?
Thank
Now the floor is open. I'm going to call out people by hand. So Cynthia will go first. She has her hands up, and then Janice will go, and then Richie will go.
Okay. Good morning, everyone. This internship has been a great experience for me, and from where I came from with no cybersecurity knowledge. And I say no cybersecurity knowledge because I've been scammed before. So yes, when I came to America, I was scammed. And now I have the whole experience, like using all these frameworks, several security measures that can be implemented. And we also had the opportunity to work with real companies like the Diaspora Care that we created this cybersecurity program for. So I can't appreciate you enough, Dr. Adu and Diaspora Care, for the opportunity you gave to me and other colleagues. And also to my team members, I appreciate your devotion and commitment. And at all hours, for some of you, you still managed to join us in all our meetings. We spent so many hours. Some of you didn't give up. We were all in it. And then we ensured that we presented the best, presentations during our group assignments in the weekends. And as a group leader, I also learned a lot, how to set up meetings. I knew how to use the Zoom, but then if it hadn't been there, I didn't know how to regulate, like give someone the opportunity to use, share the screen and all those things, record the video. And I can remember the first day I did it, I had to ask Eric to show me how to retrieve the video. So just imagine if I were to be working for a company and I was asked to do this, but now I know it. So I'm sure if I'm out there and I get the opportunity, I'll be able to do it. So if it hadn't been for this internship program, I wouldn't have acquired all these skills. And then even though, what I'll say now is that, even though I haven't found myself a job yet, I believe with all the experience that I have, I'll be able to put out my best when the opportunity comes. So I thank everybody for this opportunity. And my thing that I'll say is when Dr. Adu created the various teams, he chose Akosia. I remember that was the name, as the leader. So when he came to me, like when he chose, like after everything and he revised the group, I saw my name up there. So I called him. I thought he made a mistake. I was like, Dr. Adu, you have my name up there, but it was Akosia who is supposed to be the leader. I said, no, I am choosing you, and I know I'm choosing you for a reason. So it's all paid off, and I tried my best to take part in all the meetings because I knew it was a learning process for me. And now I can say I know a lot, even though there's been on and off issues, but I know I'll overcome. So thank you, Dr. Adu. Thank you, Diaspora Care. Thank you, Eretmis Incorporation. Thank you, my team members. Thank you, everybody.
All right, thank you, Cynthia. We'll go to Richie and Isaac. Richie, go ahead.
Okay, thank you, Dr. Adu, for this opportunity. I would like to start off with a quote from an American actor, Jim Carrey. Like many of you, I was concerned about going out into the world and doing something bigger than myself, until someone smarter than myself made me realize that there is nothing bigger than myself. I started this program with a level of expectation. As time has passed, it has grown into more than I have ever expected. I have gained a wealth of knowledge, skills, friendship, confidence towards my goals. I would like to thank Dr. Adu for his selflessness, his passion, his guidance, and patience. I will forever be grateful for this opportunity that was granted me and us. In closing, to my fellow peers, I say to you, use this precious opportunity to soar to new heights that you never thought to be possible. Thank you very much, Dr. Edu. And I also want to say to Johnny's, Allison, and the rest of the team that it was really great working with you. I really appreciate you, even though we had our own challenges, but you did very good. Now, I want to say, I wish you the very best in everything you put your efforts towards. Any achievements in life, go for world changers. Thank you very much.
All right now.
All right, thank you. Janice, I think your hands were up.
I don't want to keep everyone because I know other people wanted to speak, but I just wanted to thank Allison again. Dr. Adu, you might not have known it, but Allison during the internship had gotten her apartment or her home broken into, and they stole her devices. So she was off the link, but she still managed to find a way to get in board. So it never was, our meetings and our session were never disrupted. So she made it happen. I have to really give her credit because she really made this happen. Her ambition to work and go forward. I'm just in awe with my leader. You couldn't have paired me up with somebody else better. I appreciate it. Thank you, Allison.
Thank you, Allison, once again. Isaac, your hand is up.
Okay. Yeah, hi. Thank you, Doctor. Hi, everybody. I just want to say that from the beginning of this internship program, we were all very anticipating what we didn't know what we were gonna learn, what we were gonna study, even though we looked at the curriculum. But as time went on, we learned a lot, as everybody will agree. We learned so much. And it confirms that the field that we are entering, there's so much to learn. And for me, and I think most people think the same, it is just the beginning. We have a lot. This is like a bridge to the future. And I also learned that the field is ever changing. And it's incumbent on us to stay abreast, keep studying, keep reading, and to be good, successful security analysts and come up with solutions to protect infrastructure, assets, and all that. I think we all agree that we need to stay ahead of those bad guys. So that is what I learned from this course. I also think the course gave us all opportunity to meet other people and became friends with people through our groups, the discussions that we had. It was a training grounds for all of us, how to conduct meetings, how to be in the meeting, how to contribute to a meeting. And somehow it's what we're gonna face when we go out there to work. So those are my takeaways from this this internship program. And I want to thank Dr. Edu. I want to thank also the Academy, Eretmis Academy. And I want to thank everybody in this group, interns. Let's keep it going. And Dr. Edu, keep us around, keep us on our toes, and keep us going. More stuff. And thank you for everything, Dr. Edu. God bless. Thank you, guys.
Thank you. Thank you. And MJ will take the floor.
Yes, thank you, Dr. Adu. I am Marina Jessamy, and on behalf of the women from the Caribbean region, I too want to take this opportunity to say a hearty thank you to Eretmis Academy and to you. Now, our journey started with 3 persons, Janine Fantro, who is in Belgium, Toscapinas in Suriname, and myself. And we felt that there was a gap of Black women in technology in our region. And I recall the meeting with you, virtual meeting we had with you, asking if we could participate as although we're not directly from the African continent, but we are Africans in diaspora in another context. And we share the same challenges that
I think coming in
Yes.
broken. Okay.
I want to thank you that from one virtual meeting, you gave us the opportunity, and we have more than about 9 women from Suriname and Caribbean region participating in the program. I want to inform that Black Women in Tech Suriname now has a platform with 49 women. And what started as 3 persons, 5 women, is now a group of 49 women. And we want to use the same concept of Eretmis Academy to continue to make a difference. We learned a lot of things. Among the 3 of us, Janine was the IT expert, but I think with the knowledge we gained and with the experience in the groups, we will be able to reciprocate, and as somebody in the presentation say, that you have to multiply yourself. And I think we can multiply the principles and philosophy of Eretmis Academy in our region, and we will continue to partner with you. We see great things. Some of us have opportunities to do interviews shortly. Some of us submitted our CVs to recruiters in Europe, especially because we are multilingual in Dutch and English. And I think with cybersecurity skills, we will see great things, and we will keep you informed. So on behalf of the team from the Caribbean, a hearty thank you.
Thank you. And I think we go to Kwame.
Hi, everyone. Congratulations once again. And I just want to thank Dr. Edu for this opportunity. He gave us, some of us. I mean, I really appreciate it. And I can't go without thanking Kata. It's through Kata that I got to know Eretmis. And I want to say, Kata, thank you so much for this opportunity. And my group, Diaspora Care, like, I feel like it was the best group. I mean, we are like a family now. We laugh a lot, we joke a lot. Like, whilst working for Cesar West, we laugh and we create jokes. And it's gonna, I always gonna remember this group, and I've learned a lot. So I just want to say thank you guys and congratulations, and I wish everybody the best. Thank you.
Thank you, Kwame. We'll go to Tiniedu. I don't know if I got that right. Tiniedu, your hand is up. I think you are muted. Yes.
Is that me?
Yes, we can hear you now.
Okay. Okay. Yeah. Good morning, everyone. Sorry, I'm here at the airport in Atlanta. So, but I said I have to attend this meeting, this graduation. I am so highly inspired by all the things that I heard from all the graduates, and I say a big thank you. Congratulations to all of them. My hearts go out to ADDI. Brother Jote, thank you. Dr. Emmanuel Adu, I so much appreciate you. My name is Tinu Akinshola, and I am the president founder of She Rises International Inc. And I'm also one of the ADDI core members. And it was through that ADDI sponsorship and scholarship that my organization, which proactively advocates for gender justice and equity here in the United States and throughout the developing world, it is through ADDI that we were able to afford scholarship to 2 of our girls, one from Uganda and the other one in Nigeria, that was able to actually partake in this opportunity, which is so wonderful. And in fact, I wish I could help too, because hearing all these great and excellent testimonies from all the graduates, you all inspire me. And I'm just so awed and appreciative to all of you leadership. Thank you for doing this. Social Africa, thank you. We're empowering Africa. We are empowering our girls and women. And this is what I do as an organization, She Rises International. So I just want to encourage all of us to continue to picking up our little pieces that could only be our own part and then leave the rest for others. But the little that we do, if we don't neglect that little, it amounts to a lot.
Yeah, I think she was cut off. Kingsley, can go ahead.
All right, Doc, I just want to thank you and members of Diaspora and everyone for, great internship program. Like I said in my evaluation, there's been a lot. I've learned a lot from this program, and I'm grateful for the opportunity. One of the questions I wanted to ask you was, would we have the opportunity to see more like individual evaluation so that people will know where they didn't do and what they need to improve on just for the future and whatever we're going to be doing next?
Yes, so that will be done in the next week and a half. We will try and sit down with everybody to talk to them and like especially also in consultation with group leaders and team leaders, to see how best we can give feedback for everybody, and also if anybody has like one-on-one questions as to like the way forward. But we'll try as much as possible to keep the group together with the various companies. That way, when these companies do have the capability to take on 2, 3, or 4 or more cybersecurity professionals, paying them the full-blown 100 and something and the 90s, they wouldn't look elsewhere but just to tap into the people who have been, like supporting them all this while. Okay, so that is still in the pipeline. We will still try to talk to everybody one-on-one and give some, feedback, but together with team leaders and group leaders. So we will do that. All right, go ahead, Constance.
Hello. Yeah, I just had to talk when I saw my sis Tino. Come on. We have been with ADDI for a while. So congratulations, Dr. Adu. I think we talked on the phone a couple of times.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm very, very proud that we are moving forward. We stepped it up, and as it's been rightly said, it's the beginning. We're not complaining. Now it's our time to take our people, take ourselves forward. We don't have anybody to compete with. It's there open, and we're doing just what we have to do. We're not talking of stories anymore. We're doing it, and I think that's what it is. I'm very, very proud of my our diaspora, the African continent candidates who made it to this point. And I think there may be 1 or 2 who are trailing, but we're up to the task. And so all I want to say is let's just do it, and we don't have to complain. We have no reason to complain when we have you, we have Social Africa, we have Jote, we have all these big wigs. We have nothing to complain, but to stay on course and just continue to do what we do. And let's not be afraid of failure or something slowing us down. It's just part of it. I think behind every successful person we see out there, they have many stories of picking themselves up and moving forward. So thank you very, very much. I'm very, very proud that we are here and we are doing this.
Thank you. I think next we will go to Kwame Odro. Go ahead, Kwame. You are muted.
Thank you, Dr. Adu. I was one of those people with no confidence. I wouldn't say I was scammed or something, but nobody knows what comes tomorrow. I happen to be scammed, but I happen to step on the good grounds, and then you have given me the confidence that nothing is too late. And then I'm happy that people like you, sometimes we don't see people of our own from Africa, mostly somebody from Ghana. with these potentials and the ability, the patience to even, to the point that you explain something to us and can't even get it, then you go to a local language. And then to be giving examples even to our normal environment for us to understand the core on what you are teaching us. Of these things don't come easy. Professors will not even have the time to even sit down one-on-one with you and then try to give you examples to the point of our local location, and even setting how we used to play old games and all, just for us to understand that we can do this. Obama once said, yes, we can, and you were a testimony. For me, believing that there's somebody like you that I had the doubt, I always thought, this thing, well, let's try. Maybe. The answer was, all that I always say was, maybe, well, you never know, let's do this. But I was kind of like in a doubt. But after all this internship and stuff that I might have heard on maybe heard it on the radio, read it somewhere, YouTube, came reality. Now I'm able to a little bit of speak cybersecurity language. I am inspired. And then what I would say is that Africa, we have the talent, we have great people. It's just a matter of not giving up and sitting where to complain about what somebody has done to us. And I think we can all come back. I think this is a time, if Africans are able to see what we have and believe in ourselves as you are giving us the inspirations, I think Africa might, I won't even say might, Africa is the future. And through you, I have the belief and I hope it will come to pass. Thank you so much for your help, everyone. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Kwame. Eric, and we will wrap it up here shortly.
Okay, first and foremost, congratulations to all of us for this successful end of the internship. In fact, I was one of those people who had this opportunity through a friend. And in fact, I was very scared when the friend told me that this thing is coming off. I said, hey, how can I join you people? Because since I'm not part of Eretmis, how can it be possible? So I had Dr. Adu's number and called him. In fact, his human relation is perfect. Some of us we are psychology background. So when you meet somebody with a good human relation, you can see it. And when you talk of methodology, what we have received over here is something that the rest of my colleagues have already said, and you will not get it anywhere. We have so many people on the media broadcasting, blowing their own horns, but teaching is not about just mere teaching that people always say, oh, teaching is not a difficult job. It's about methodology. It's not just a matter of standing in front of people and just saying anything at all. The method in which he delivers excellent, and I think if we continue to revise the information that he has given to us so far, we are all going to be successful in future. There was an interview that after everything I saw that, oh, I will not do well. But I realized that if I had already met academy, I would have been maybe somewhere. But it's not late. I'm not working now, but what I've received from here make me so proud, and I know I have a better future from here. Thank you so much, Dr. Adu.
All right, thank you. And I think one person who would like to say something, but for some reason he's not raised his hand, is Frank, Mr. Frank Williams. I'm going to give him the floor. He has to say something before we end this meeting. So, Mr. Frank, just prepare yourself. I'm going to give you the floor here shortly, but I'll let Isaac go and then Misty, and we'll wrap it up. Go ahead, Isaac. You are muted.
Yeah, sure. Thank you. During my what I said earlier, I left out one very important person. This person was the one who introduced me to Eretmis, and I want to give a shout out to him and say big thank you to him. He's in the person of Mr. Carter. He was the one who introduced me to this, and I just want to say a big thank you to him. Yeah, Carter, if you were there, thank you. Thank you, Dr. Edu. Appreciate it. Thank you.
All right, thank you. So I'll let Frank go, and then Misty will go next, and then we'll wrap it up.
Okay, yeah, thank you, Dr. Du. You know, I talk a lot during the meetings during the week, and so I thought I would not, say anything today. But of course, this has been a wonderful opportunity, and as everybody's already said, we've learned so much. I love the spirit of us as Africans coming together and working to build something for ourselves that we control. Throughout a lot of our discussions, at the end of our meetings, I hear a lot about what the Indians in India are doing and what the Chinese are doing. And, I never took the opportunity to say, but in my graduate level mathematics courses, I compete against the Indians, I compete against the Chinese. I work with an Indian who's always coming to me for advice. I work with a Chinese, actually he just quit. He quit about 3 weeks ago. He couldn't handle the pressure. And so guys, we're the best in the world. It's just the bottom line. And so it's just time for us to get ourselves more organized and understand that, support each other, respect each other, which is my #1 rule. We have to be respectful of each other and then continue to build. This internship from the beginning has just been, I thought, I've got 152 students that I work with every week. And so I'm like, wow, this is gonna be too much. I'm not gonna be able to do it. But when Dr. Du said, okay, Frank, let's do it. And so I did it, and it's a lot, but in order to create a quality product, it takes hard work. And that's why we had some of those 6-hour meetings, and it's kind of gone over a little bit. And so, but all in all though, I think we're all prepared from our what we've learned in the course and an internship to build a cybersecurity program from the frameworks up, is what Dr. Du had been teaching us since day one. And so, so just wanted to share that part. And what other people were saying, when you look at the news, you hear about the war in Ukraine and Russia, my sense is that war is going to be mainly cybersecurity attacks on businesses, supply infrastructure. For instance, in the United States, our military industrial complex is a good target. Lockheed Martin, Boeing, all these type of companies. So we're going to see a lot of, and not just with the United States and Russia, there's going to be other countries taking advantage of this opportunity with the threat of war out there, and it's going to be a lot of cybersecurity attacks. Dr. Du, you taught us that from the beginning, since I started taking the course a year ago. You talked about all the threats that are out there for cybersecurity. It's becoming more and more known in the news everywhere. And so again, as I've always said, we're in the right place at the right time. Okay, we're early to the party. We have to take our roles more seriously, though, is my concern, because in a short while, we'll be seeing a lot of personal cybersecurity attacks on people's emails, phones. It's happening already. But social media is a weapon it's a propaganda weapon that I feel we will be experiencing from countries like Russia, China, and other countries that might want to do us harm here in America and Africa and other parts of the world. So the course, guys, has been great. Dr. Du, I appreciate you. I thank you for your vision and your mission with Eretmis Inc. to help bring more awareness and to help close the knowledge gap. And so I look forward to moving forward. Oh yeah, here's what I want to put. My aha moment was the day I had been playing with Nikto, that web scanner tool, the website scanning tool. And then Dr. Du, you did a good job responding. I asked how can I find IP addresses on companies so I was particularly interested in case I couldn't get a hold of Doc or get a hold of Brother Joti. How would I be able to, help security posture of diaspora cares security. And so it's like we learned something in class or one of our courses about how to find an IP address. And it was the SOC 2 report that you brought up. So you did a good example, talk about a storage facility and just wanted to inspect the security posture. But at the end of it, you said, but Frank, you just can't go scanning around people's networks. It's illegal. And so that was so I'm like, oh, so that's that thin line between ethical hacking and being illegal or being actually the criminal attacker. And so so that was my whole moment with the course. And moving forward, my goal is to just get more knowledge because applied knowledge is power, and hopefully be able to enhance the IT infrastructure on the continent. And thank you, Dr. Du, for everything you do for us and will continue to do.
Thank you, Frank. Misty, we'll take Misty and then that will be it. We'll wrap it up. We don't take any much of your time. We appreciate everybody. Go ahead, Misty.
Good day, everyone. I'm camera shy, but you won't know sometimes, huh? I'm happy to have made it this far, I must say. This is not the typical story for me. But first and foremost, I'd like to say thank you to Dr. Adu and his team for allowing us the opportunity to experience this, probably, I haven't been in cybersecurity ever before this, but I think I would like to consider myself a good visionary, and I can see that I can confidently say, even in the future, I wouldn't regret having to say this, that Eretmis Inc. is like the mecca of cybersecurity, based on what I've seen thus far. Everything, the content, everything is broken down, as Aduro and some others that, in simple terms, so you can understand. I came from not knowing one thing about cybersecurity, and one of the things I always used to say is, I don't like computers because I don't understand it. But through ADDI, I've been going through some struggles on the job that I previously had, still ongoing. However, during my downtime, I would call it, I was watching an ADDI a webinar, and Eretmis Inc. was introduced and Dr. Du made his presentation. And at that moment, I said, this is where I need to go. And, we don't have much people in cybersecurity. And although I'm intimidated by it, I need to learn it because that's where the future is going. And I like to get my hands in everything. And, the presentation was, well put together. And, during the course I took, the course through Miss Academy, still on the way for my certification. And during that time, Dr. Du presented us with the internship. And I'm thinking, there's no way I can keep up with the internship and still have all this information, and to memorize and learn and break down. And as much as I like to analyze stuff, I'm thinking this is impossible. But, during the internship, I started thinking, okay, I could do this, and I'll stick it through. Regardless of what, I will stick it through. I had some issues, with Wi-Fi and all kind of craziness. And, I spoke to my team, and had a one-on-one communication that I sent to Dr. Du, because I, for one, I don't make excuses for myself. If I fall short, I can say, I know I fall short, but, I'm going to pull up my socks. But this was my situation. But, during the internship, I learned a lot. I went from not knowing anything to learning how to put together a register, incident response teams. I love doing the scenarios. It took us about 6 hours, yes, and, there was a lot of information that everybody had to share, even when they thought that they had none to offer. And, I'm looking forward to continuing with Eretmis in, furthering my knowledge, getting more certifications, as much as I can can learn, because I know cybersecurity is the future. And we as Africans, you know, especially in the diaspora, you know, we need to help Mama Africa. And I'm big on that. And I feel that, you know, Africa is going to become the next mecca for cybersecurity. And we will rule in that area as well, you know, despite, you know, what, you know, many may think of us, you know, and how they portray us all around the world to be at the bottom of the totem pole. You know, we will rise. And, you know, I'm going to be a proud sponsor in the future, you know, of, you know, assisting the African youth, you know, to get the assistance in, you know, who's ever interested in being a part of the cybersecurity world for Africa. You know, but, you know, once again, you know, and I had fun with my team, you know, and it was a great experience. It's a great experience. I'll never forget it. That's for sure. You know, I've even been thinking to myself, oh, I think I could put together a posture for someone today. Let me go test this out. But I'm on my way. I'm on my way. You know, I have much more to learn. I'm willing to do so, you know. And I just want to say thank you again, Dr. Du. It's been a great experience.
Thank you. Thank you, Misty. I think Ato kept raising his hand and then he kept dropping. I don't know if it was a service, but Ato can speak, and then Sheila will pick up from here and wrap it up since she's the MC for today. Ato, go ahead.
Oh, yeah, I just wanted to use this opportunity to thank everybody, and thank you, Dr. Du. I just want to say one thing to everybody. Since we had this for free, when we also get any opportunity, we should just return the favor, either back to Dr. Du or to your group or to anybody. When you find some job opportunity somewhere and you already have a job or whatever, you can just, you know, extend your hands to the group or to, you know, your various groups or in general and say, hey, if there's a job opportunity here, this is the criteria, blah, 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 go and apply or whatever. Don't hide it or keep it from the rest of the family, because one thing I've learned is we don't help ourselves. I know people, I think Sheila or somebody mentioned it earlier on. Let me be specific here, and I'm not bashing anybody. We as Black people, we do not help ourselves. We don't share information, even at work or anything. I've worked with various types of people, different race. I believe, Dr. Du, you've been in the military. I mean, you know what I'm saying. Information is the key. Communicate. Spread the word, help each other, and then let's go get some cybersecurity. That is, it's about to come. It's going to get even bigger with my research that I've been doing. Almost everybody is doing electric cars now. There's going to be more computer everything, and then there's going to be more hacking going on. So that is where we also going to come in and then control. We might not be able to stop hacking from my experience, but we can fight and control and manage hacking. So thank you very much, Dr. Du. I have to find you and come to your house to eat fufu. So over to you, Sheila.
Yeah, one of the challenge I had was this team member. He was very challenging to manage. So a bittersweet. Just a little to say as we end this, Ghana, we call it vote of thanks. I would like to take this opportunity to thank the man of the hour, Dr. Edu. I think to say it is, we can't say enough. You have heard a lot that we have said, and that expressed how grateful we are and also our expectations. So we are hoping that we being the pioneers will be able to proceed and then be able to also spread our wings so that we can bring more people to the fold. We can nurture the younger generation also because they are going to be the future. I want to thank ADDI. I want to thank Social Africa, and I want to thank African Diaspora Care. I want to thank all the entrepreneurs on this line. We are very proud of you. Africa is very proud of you. Africa is very grateful for what you are doing for us and the opportunity that you have brought us together. It's a starter. This is a history in the making. That's how I see it. And so we are very grateful and we are proud of you and we are going to work very hard to support you. It was very tough. The nighttime, the meetings, and I'm sure Dr. Edu said, Jyoti said it, Mr. Jyoti said it, that the time that we spent, time is money, we know here, especially those of us that are in abroad. Few minutes of your time, you could go to work and make money. So that it's a lot, but we are dedicated to help our own get great and to help us stand on our feet again. Also, I want to thank all the interns. It was a tough time. Dr. Edu said beginning was about 60 something. And then as we go, just like a race from the beginning, you will see a lot of people in the race. And then as we move forward, you turn around and you see that, oh, it's getting few and it's getting few. And then, so the few of us that were able to cross the finish line, we are very grateful. I hope that we can be proud of ourselves. Dr. Edu is very grateful. ADDI and all the organizations that we work for, I am very sure they are all grateful to all the hard work, all the time that we invested in. That is money that we invested in that organization. And so we want to be, we want to let you know that we are very grateful. I am very sure Africa is grateful to you too for your contribution for our greatness. We thank our family members, those of us that are on this line, those of them that couldn't make it, that are home. We are very grateful because yes, you have to sit up all night, several hours, and then kids will be bumping in. They need your time. Your husband or your wife needs your time, but you were dedicated. And so the family members that compromised for us to get this done, we are very grateful. In all, we are very grateful for everything. All of us are very grateful for this opportunity that all of us got. So thank you so much. Great job and congratulations to all of us.
Okay, thank you everybody. This is going to be the end of our graduation celebration. Everybody watch out, in your mails, you're gonna get your certificate of completion. And moving forward, I mean, Slack is still going to be on. Any information will be pushed out on Slack. We've set up another group, like a WhatsApp group. So the link is on Slack. Go ahead and, get on there. That way it's easier to get people on both sides when we have any information to push out. And I also want to send special thanks to Clement. I didn't think he was on here. He's one of our workers. If you see these nice PowerPoint presentations and most of the products you see, Clement Brefo, he's the one who's been working on it. I didn't think he'll make it, but he's on here, so a big shout out to him. And a big shout out to Captain AJ. I think Captain AJ made it or not, and all our other contributors who are on here. If Captain AJ is here, he can say a word or two, but I'm not sure if he's still on here. But we thank everybody. Moving forward, the plan for the group, we'll post it on Slack and on our other platforms. And just be on the lookout. We'll have another webinar maybe in a week or two about the mentorship and coaching program, and also about the PCI DSS training. We talked about how many people are online on Facebook selling air in the name of cybersecurity and PCI You know, we are not going to sell air. We are really going to learn what we need to set ourselves apart. And also what I would say is last week, Eric was saying something to the effect of let's share. Atu also talked about it. Let's help ourselves. You know, let's help ourselves. I've had conversations with most of you where, you know, people who are in the field already, who got to who are in the field, they don't try to share information, right? If somebody else want to get into the field because they think there's not enough for everybody. There's enough for everybody. Look at how many taxi cabs are in New York City. You know, add your taxi cab to it tomorrow, you're still going to make sales. There is enough room for everybody, especially in cybersecurity. There is not even enough people to do the job, right? So if you find any opportunity in terms of work, if your workplace, they are looking for opportunities, they have opportunities for people, come back to the family, pick people from it. And hey, I have somebody, he's really good, I can recommend him. You know, let's help ourselves, okay? And also spread the word. You came to Eretmis, you got all this training, don't just keep it to yourself, spread it. People who are interested in it, that is fine. Everybody has the link to our free course. That is a very good way to, you know, have a good overview about the cybersecurity industry and what it is about. Most people are scared because they think, some people even ask you, do I know how to type really fast? No, you don't. You know, like, do I need to know how to take out computers and put it back together? And all those are like legitimate questions. They want to know because that is what they've heard elsewhere. Do I need to know programming? You know, some people argue to the nail, you need programming or you need to be a network guru before you can go into cybersecurity. And all that is based on limited knowledge, right? Or like just limited know-how. So spread the word. Like what you can do to help this course is to spread the word, send it to as many family and friends and colleagues as you can. And let's continue to build a family. Like I said, we're building an army of cybersecurity professionals. And I think we're on the right path. You know, next year by this time, when all of you are coming back as alumni, we should probably have like 200 to 300 or 400, you know, in the group deep. And now we will be picking from. So our plan moving forward, people who are entrepreneurial, we will even help you to set up a cybersecurity company, show you how to bid for government contracts. You know, we have all that in the pipeline, but, you know, we have to build it up gradually. You know, so as we are getting bigger and bigger, we have to be able to employ our own, you know, get a contract ourselves, push our people on there, get a contract ourselves, push our people on there. So that is the goal. And I appreciate everybody's time. My heart goes to all the interns. You guys did marvelous. And we will talk during the week. Messages and stuff will be sent on the platform. I thank family and friends for showing up. Brother Jyoti, Dr. Ortiz, everybody else. I really appreciate the time, and everybody is looking marvelous, right? Everybody took their, especially Frank. Everybody was complimenting him. Frank is looking marvelously, you know. Frank is the man today. So best well dressed intern today goes to Frank. Okay, hands down. All right. I appreciate everybody's time. Thank you very much. Everybody, this is the end of it. People can still stay on and chat for a little bit. We're going to leave it open, but we are done. We appreciate everybody. Thank you very much. So we're still going to leave it open, but, you know, everybody else who has to run, you can, you know, get out and go about your business.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. Everyone. Thank you, Dr. Adu.
Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Adu.
Thank you.
Thank you.